Escapees. Mom, stop driving so fast. You're scaring us. My sister attempted to plead with Mom as she dangerously wove the Chrysler through residential streets, going at least 55 miles per hour. The car lifted up from the ground at times. Not an unusual situation for my siblings and myself, but terrifying nonetheless. Mom, you're gonna get us all killed, shrieked my sister's voice of reason from the passenger seat. My mother gave birth to my sister when she was only 17. Her immaturity often shone like a fluorescent sign above her head. Mom often attempted to live vicariously through my sister, always trying to one-up her own daughter. Sometimes, their unhealthy connection allowed my sister to communicate with Mom in a way other people couldn't. Occasionally, Mom listened. Mom was such a powerful force, I trembled before her. I was unable to confidently speak to her until I was much older. Somehow, we got home safely, but my sister was incensed. I have to get out of this house, she said to me, hastily shoving clothes and makeup into a bag. She stopped only long enough to wipe away falling tears from her eyes. Please don't leave me. I looked up at her imploringly. Without hesitating, she swooped me up into her arms. I loved her more than ever in that moment. I guess we were running away, which sounded like a great idea to me. We drove to her best girlfriend's house. We were free for less than an hour. Mom discovered where we were hiding, and she threatened to notify the police and charge my sister with kidnapping. I didn't understand why Mom unexpectedly cared where I was, and why she would tell the police lies about my sister. I understood with perfect clarity what I would encounter when my sister later told me I had to go home. Go back and face a very angry Mom, alone. I snuck back into the house, muffling even the tick of the doorknob. Creeping inside, I closed the door as quietly as I had opened it. I took in a deep breath and held it. In a flash, I ran for my bedroom, taking the stairs 2 at a time. I leapt into my closet. I'd spent hours cowered in that closet, scared out of my mind, but now I was even more terrified. Mom's concentrated rage was directed towards me. I could hear the fast pace of Mom's footsteps coming down the stairs, and my heart beat out of my chest. "Amber, Alicia!" she yelled out from the staircase. "Oh God, help me, she's coming." I had no time to add extra panty padding to my backside, no time to prepare for her. I could only attempt to bury myself deeper into my closet, scuttling into a corner just as my bedroom door flew open. The crayon-scribbled "Keep Out" sign that I had drawn and taped to my bedroom door didn't help. It only made Mom angrier as she crumpled it up. "Oh God, that's it, I'm dead." "Amber!" she shouted, flinging open the closet door. When our eyes met, I was visibly shuddering. She stared at me for a moment, her face emotionless, and didn't say a word. I was trembling, clutching my knees to my chest. Seeing me noticeably disappointed her. "Get out of this closet, you're acting like a baby," she jibed. She flipped around and left, just as quickly as she had come in. She didn't do or say anything more. I couldn't believe she didn't hit me or fling me around like a rag doll to drain her anger and frustration. She only had one thing on her mind, checking to see that I was returned. If I wasn't, she would call the police on her own daughter. I couldn't sleep a wink until my sister came back home. The house was even more fear-provoking without her there. Click, click, click. I could hear Mom's heels clack down the stairs towards my room and was instantly terrified. "Hefferly!" she called out cheerfully. Phew, the happy Mom was here for the moment. I liked hearing my nickname come from my mother's lips. It usually meant she was happy with me. "You're going to visit your father," she said a little too joyfully. I was able to see my dad when she allowed, usually after he'd given her more money than his required child support. This felt different. Mom typically attempted to berate him in an attempt to put me against him, but now she was being exaggeratedly positive. I was always happy to visit my father, to escape. For Mom's benefit, I acted like I was neither here nor there. Being too excited would merit a smack. Mom said my ticket was waiting at the airport, which seemed odd. Dad usually sent a ticket through the mail, but I didn't think too much of the change. However I got to see him, it didn't matter. I packed my threadbare tomboy trappings, and we headed for the airport. Waiting in the American Airlines ticket line, I became excited, thinking about the summer ahead. I hoped Dad would take me to Grandmother and Pop's house, although the 5-hour drive in the southern heat feels like 55 hours to a child. Finally, it was our turn, and my heart skipped a beat. The beautiful woman behind the counter began to talk with my mother, but all I heard was, I'm sorry, there's no ticket here under that name. My 9-year-old heart plummeted into my gut. A second didn't elapse before Mom began her exploitation. How could he forget you, Amber? I'm so sorry he left you. It was as if she had planned her reaction from the minute she called out my name from the stairs. She swallowed dramatically hard, took a breath, and repeated the apology in a clipped, fast, and disconnected tone. He left you. Her emotional manipulation wasn't necessary. I was truly crushed. I felt broken. Let me tell you, children personalize everything and have a unique way of filling in the gaps left by parents to their detriment. I just know that somehow she must have known this would happen. Back to the disappearance of my plane ticket, I wallowed in the bitter disappointment of not seeing my father. My life wasn't in danger, but my trust was stolen. While still in the airport, Mom called Dad and quickly handed me the phone. I hated hearing excuses for his forgetfulness. He sighed into the phone, telling me that he had forgotten the exact day and how sorry he was. The tears welled up in my eyes. My hero was not there for me. I couldn't believe it. I thought he was in on it, some game for hurting me. Even my father forgets me. I spent that summer at home with Mom's shadow.